feeling. It might not work out for us this time.
Josh Elliott for Narcity. Hi, Joseph. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. So we're catching up on the day that part 2 drops, and spoiler alert, you die. What was it like to shoot that death scene and to take Eddie's story from the beginning to end in this season?
It was a brutal night shoot. I think, as I seem to remember, we were it was 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'd I'd been swinging at Imagine Bats for a few hours, and then had to go into makeup surgery and get all of these prosthetics put on me, and then was just chucked on the floor and then they turned the cameras on. We were only able to get my coverage that night because it got too light, and then a few weeks later, maybe it was a couple of months later, we shot Gaten's coverage. I actually think it was months later we shot Gaten's coverage. My memory's a bit foggy for that time because it was weird. But yeah, I think it was a really weird experience, but a great one. And what was it like taking Eddie's journey from beginning to end? What an honour. I think he's such an empathetically written character and so fully realised by the brothers. And I think to have been given the opportunity to help them bring him to life is I don't know, it's mental, and I feel so lucky.
Chrissy, this is from you.
Well, I don't know if you've checked social media this morning, but people are pretty beside themselves. Why don't we talk about that scene just before, too, the guitar scene, because it's basically a metal album come to life, and you're right in the middle of it. How did you get ready for that scene?
I remember reading the script and seeing that, and I'm just thinking how it's such an inventive and fun sequence. I mean, I think it there are very few worlds that I think that could exist, that sequence could exist in and feel earned and not feel stupid. I think it's funny, it's just perfect. I think it just works so well at that at this stage in the story, and it provides this brilliant crescendo. I prepared by just getting a guitar, rehearsing as much as I could, and then just getting to get into it with Gaten on top of this caravan. And it was great fun because I think a lot of the crew were saying on the day that it was the first time that they felt like they were seeing live music since the beginning of the pandemic. So it was a real celebration, that shoot day. It was great fun.
Well, and especially after seeing the reaction to Kate Bush and running up that hill, is there a part of you that hopes that Master of Puppets is suddenly going to top the Spotify charts and TikTok soon?
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the show, Joseph. It was great and good work. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Eddie! Got a lockdown and came on in 30 seconds.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more great content.